All right, so welcome. Hi everyone, I'm Felicia. I am a volunteer with Muscular Dystrophy Canada. Today I'm sitting with George Lardie, who has generously offered to tell us a little bit about his story and share some music with us. So George, tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Yeah, well, I was born in 1949 in Hamilton here. I didn't notice I had what's called Beckers Muscular Dystrophy, and I didn't have any knowledge about that until I was 13. I was told I had limb girdle muscular dystrophy. I failed grade 8 because of phys ed, darn it. But then I ended up taking shop class in high school. I learned how to do lots of machines and stuff, which did benefit me in the long run. I was okay up until, I moved out west and started out my own business out there doing picture framing, and met a woman, and we lived together for like 18 years or so. I started having problems at work with picking up stuff and I had to carry sheets of glass. Got to be a bit too dangerous, so I had to do something else. So I ended up doing picture framing for about 12 years or so. Gave that up. And all this time I've been playing. I played in a band, played guitar in a band for a while. And then I got to the point where there's not much access where I was living out there, out west. So I had to come back here where there's wheelchair access. But during that time, I got my first powered wheelchair while I was out there. And that was helped paid for by a Muscular Dystrophy Association of Canada, who has helped me quite a bit. They've provided me with equipment that I need to stay independent, like a commode, and I've gotten a couple of commodes, several, one lift, about I don't know how many wheelchairs in the time that I spent. I started, my first wheelchair was in 1996. After that, every 5 or 6 years or so, I get another wheelchair. And sometimes it was covered by ODSP that I was on for a while. But then when the ODSP ended up, then I have to pay 25% of my own chair. Chairs are not cheap. They're kind of between $14,000 plus.
Wow, $14,000 for a chair.
Yeah, for a wheelchair. At the time, actually, the first chair was $15,000, and that was way back in 1998. I think it was.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how expensive equipment can be.
I've just gotten this one here. This is a new one, and it's got like 90 miles on it. Driven it for 90 miles.
Wow.
But it's tips all the way back, so basically you could almost sleep in it. But it goes about 5.9 miles per hour. Okay. And gets me around. I can take a bus on it and whatever, go down to the lake or whatever, go drive around for a bit. So anyways, then coming back here, Hamilton is set up pretty good with for wheelchair access on the sidewalks and whatnot. I haven't had too much difficulties getting around. I used to play a lot of guitar, but then it moved into my arms in my 40s. My arms started getting weak when I was around 40ish. So I kept on playing guitars as long as I could, but I knew I was going to be losing it, the ability to.
That must have been challenging.
So I took up electronic keyboards, which I found I could do. And I'm still playing today, but I'm still writing songs. I got 4 albums that I've completed, and I'm happy about that.
That's amazing.
Also, I did do a fundraiser before. A couple of fundraisers I tried to fundraise for muscular dystrophy myself. Did one at Tracy's place up on the mountain there. That was fun.
What was that like, that fundraiser?
Well, unfortunately, there was a football game going at the same time.
Oh no, you had to compete with the football.
Yeah, so it wasn't that well attended. Well, we made a bit of money. I think it was like not much, maybe $145 or something. Then I also did a little video that's on YouTube. As you see this old guy in a hat like the one I'm wearing. And anyways, I did an interview and asked for fundraising for muscular dystrophy during that video, and played a couple of songs with the keyboard on it. That's still there on YouTube for anyone to check it out or whatever.
Yeah, how would people find that if they were looking on YouTube?
Just go to George Lardie in YouTube. Just George Lardie, GeorgeLardie, and you should get something from me there.
Okay, awesome.
And then I'm on Spotify. I have an album on Spotify called Good Old Days. There's 11 songs I think on there. And then I've got Bandcamp. I have all 3 albums that I did that are available for people to download singles or whatever they want to do.
And that's on Bandcamp?
That's on georgelardie.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
And you can find there, and you can listen to samples that are there.
Great.
So this will be another one that will be added on to it. I haven't quite done it yet, but I'll get back to that. Anyway, The new one that I did was got a song called Sharing Our Dreams, which was about living on the Charlotte Islands, actually. But I wanted to share that song with everybody at the end of our interview here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that, and we'll have that at the end for sure. You said it was about living on Charlotte Island?
Yeah, on the Queen Charlotte Islands. It's now called Haida Gwaii.
And did you spend some time there?
Yeah, I had a picture framing business there where I got my name on the back of about 5,000 pictures out there.
Okay, wow. And what was the timeline on that? Because I know you mentioned
that would have been, I came back from there. Okay, I went out there in 1983. I came back in 2003.
Okay. So you were out there for quite some time.
Yeah. So island life was pretty good. I remember I wheeled with my wheelchair down to the ferry terminal and took the ferry over to Prince Rupert and visited a friend over there, stayed the night. I took my battery charger with me, and then I drove myself back onto the boat and back the other way. It's a 6-hour ferry ride. I had a handicapped room on the boat, so that was pretty good.
Okay. That's good to hear that there are those options available.
And I did get a discount for disability for my ferry trips for the BC ferries. That was good. Great place to live. There's no fences around the beach. You can just walk around for miles.
Oh, wow.
I actually squatted on the beach for a year and a half in a 14-foot trailer.
Oh, my goodness.
For my first year and a half out there. But I had some friends that had moved out there, and they told me to come on out and check things out. So me being a musician, I got up there and I played in a band for a while. Made some money playing at the Legions a couple of weeks. I got to do some fun stuff there, like I started a music festival. At the time, I called it Juggernaut Jam Festival, but nobody liked that name.
How come? I think it sounds like a great name.
I thought it was good too. They said they started depicting some kind of thing that supposedly happened historically about the name Juggernaut or something. So anyways, I did it for the first 2 years. I actually made money for the Arts Council for that for 2 years. And then a couple of school teachers, they took it over and they wanted to be paid. So they got paid, and they almost spent every dollar that the Arts Council had on the whole year's entertainment for the island out there. There's no movies, there's nothing out there.
Okay.
And so we get theater acts, bands and stuff like that. We do dances.
That's amazing that you were able to contribute to that.
Yeah, I had fun doing some things in the community and whatnot. I had at one point moved into the mainland on a farm there. That's where I learned how to do picture framing. I got someone to hire me to set up a frame shop in their place, and they had a government grant to help pay my wages up to $10 an hour for the first year.
Okay.
So I did that and learned how to set up the whole business myself. I had a 1-week course in Vancouver, figured out how to set the whole business up, managed to get all the equipment we needed and all that stuff. Then, of course, the person who hired me, of course, he said, I know how to do that now, so you're gone. So he kicked me out 2 months earlier before my year was up. So I lost 2 months pay there, but I knew he was going to do something. I didn't trust him, so I bought my own equipment ahead of time. Then when I found out the only person on the island doing picture printing was leaving, we moved over there.
Okay.
We used to have a yearly parade. I had a parade where I had a wheelchair, and I had a little kid on the back, and he was actually the chief's son, actually.
Oh,
and
wow.
We dressed him up and so that he looked like the warrior. He was a Haida warrior. And I was dressed with like cardboard cutouts of a killer whale. And I was towing him down the street.
Wow. Wow, George, it sounds like you've had quite a few adventures.
Oh, yeah. Too many to list up, I guess. Yeah, it was, all in all, I managed to have a pretty good life. I think my life's been good. Yeah, I really did get lots of help from Muscular Dystrophy, and I appreciate all of that. And they are a worthy place to make a donation whenever somebody can afford to.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing your story. And I think it's so inspiring that you were faced with a challenge. Sounds like from high school you really started feeling it, and you kind of adapted and done so many amazing things despite that. So thanks so much for sharing that.
Yeah, I got to travel a bit and stuff. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only person that I saw in 7 weeks in Europe in a wheelchair.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that.
I was actually a luggage cart. My ex, she pushed me around in the manual chair, and I hold all the luggage.
Oh my goodness!
We had a friend there who put us up for a whole month in Germany, and we took the train to Paris and went to Madrid to Portugal for a week.
Wow, I can't even, because a lot of the streets and stuff in Europe are cobblestone, and that must have been really challenging.
Yeah, it was challenging. Fortunately, she was a pioneer woman. She was tough, so she got me out of a lot of trouble once. When I was living on the farm there, I fell in the mud when I was walking because I had a heavy backpack on. I couldn't get up. I was like a turtle stuck. And she heard me calling for help. So she came all the way down there, picked me up, and carried me back about, eighth of a mile or so.
Oh my goodness.
Back to the farmhouse.
What a story.
But I wouldn't have made it very well in Europe without her being there. She basically took care of most everything.
That's really nice that you had that.
But anyway, so I'm still doing stuff now. I'm still, I'm in the middle of trying to do a painting right now. I did some painting and some art she was an artist, and so I got some of that from her. And I took a couple of work courses in classes in watercolor and stuff. So. But anyways, so I'm going to continue on. I might have a few more songs yet that I might want to record. But so far, I've got about 33 songs that I've done in the studio here, Studio 410 here, with my help from my good friend Carm Miliotto.
Amazing. Yes.
And he's the engineer here. We've known each other for quite a while now, me and Carm.
That was great sharing your story, and you talked a little bit about how Muscular Dystrophy Canada helped support that, and
without them I wouldn't be able to stay in my apartment that I'm in right now because I couldn't afford that equipment.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for sharing, and you have a little bit more to share with us as well today.
Yes.
So you've got a new album coming out.
Yes. And so I'm going to sing a song for this last album. Actually, it's the first song called Sharing Our Dreams. And I titled my CD Sharing.
I think that's amazing. And it's amazing that you're sharing your story as you're releasing this album. That's fantastic.
Well, some of the songs actually tell the truth. Some don't. So how do people go about donating for muscular dystrophy?
Yeah. So thanks again for sharing. And if anyone wants to donate to Muscular Dystrophy Canada, you can do so by visiting the website, www.muscle.ca, and you can donate online there. They also host walk and roll fundraisers every year at various locations, so you could check those out. You could always come out to one of those. And yeah, thanks again so much, George, for...
I'm going to try to make it to one of those myself, but
yeah,
early in the morning, and that's hard for me to get out of bed on time.
Yeah, some of them are early. So we're in Hamilton here at Studio 410, like George mentioned, and the Hamilton Walk is coming up October 5th, and it's you got to get up by 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of an early morning, but I'll be there, and hopefully you'll be there as well.
I'll try to make it if I can.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing your song.
Okay, well, I guess I can sing it then.
All right, perfect.
So I hope everybody likes the song. It's sharing our dreams. It's kind of romantic, I would say. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
For having me, and I hope this helps out people getting donations and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'm sure sharing your story is very eye-opening for needs that people have to help make life.
Well, I'm 75 years old now and still alive and ticking, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I'd say you're doing pretty well. You're up to so much and so many talents. So
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Walking along on a sandy beach, holding hands within arm's reach. Me and my woman sharing our dreams, enjoying the sunshine, taking in all of the scenes. The smell of the ocean, the wind in our hair. Look, there's an eagle soaring high over there. We watch as he lands on the top of a tree. He looks so majestic, so peaceful, so wild, and so free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We walk by the driftwood and sit for a while. We gaze all around us and begin to smile. It's such a nice day for a walk on the shore. So up on our feet, let's walk on some more. Some seashells and strange looking rocks. We walked on, and we talked, watching the tide as it started to rise, hearing the waves as they crash beneath warm sunny skies. We walk by the driftwood and sit for a while. We gaze all around us and begin to smile. It's such a nice day for a walk on the shore. So up on our feet and let's let's walk on some more. Walking along on a sandy beach, holding hands within arm's reach. Me and my woman sharing our dreams, enjoying the sunshine, taking in all of the scenes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.